ask you something personal? Do you ever feel like you genuinely want to practice your English, but you have nobody to practice with? I know that feeling, and I hear it from so many English learners every single week. They tell me the same things. Sophie, I do not have a speaking partner. Sophie, I do not live in England or America. Sophie, I am too busy to take a class every day. And I always say the same thing back. You do not need any of that. You can improve your English completely alone, every single day, and you only need 15 minutes. My name is Sophie, and welcome to Talk English Daily. Today I want to show you exactly how to use just 15 minutes a day to practice your English alone, at home, on the bus, anywhere you are. And by the end of this episode, you are going to have a real plan. A simple plan. One that actually works. Let us go. First, I want to ask you something. When you think about practicing English, what do you imagine? Do you imagine sitting at a big desk with a heavy grammar textbook? A very serious teacher writing on the board? A lot of people think practicing English has to be difficult, has to be uncomfortable, has to take hours. I want to change that idea today. Practicing English can be simple, it can be enjoyable, and it can happen in your everyday life. While you are waiting for the kettle to boil, while you are walking to the bus stop, while you are getting ready in the morning. Yes, some of the best English practice happens while you are getting ready in the morning. We will talk about that in a moment. Now, how long is 15 minutes? It is the time your kettle takes to boil and your tea to brew. It is the time you spend scrolling on your phone before you go to sleep. It is the time you spend waiting for the bus. You already have 15 minutes, every single day. You just need to use them differently. And those 15 minutes, used the right way, can change your English completely. Not in one day, but over weeks, over months. You will be genuinely amazed. So here is my simple plan for you. I call it the 15-minute daily English habit, and it has 3 parts. Part 1, 5 minutes of listening. Part 2, 5 minutes of speaking. Part 3, 5 minutes of writing or reading. Simple. 5, 5, 5. 15 minutes total. I am going to walk you through each part right now. I am going to tell you exactly what to do, why it works, and give you real examples you can use today. Not tomorrow, today. Let us start with part 1. 5 minutes of focused listening. Now, I already know what some of you are thinking. Sophie, I listen to English all the time. I watch YouTube videos. I listen to English songs. Does that count? Here is the honest truth. Listening to English in the background while you are not really paying attention, that is not real practice. That is just noise. Real listening practice means you are focused. You are paying attention to every word. You are trying to understand. And the beautiful thing is, you only need to do this for 5 minutes. Just 5 focused minutes. So what should you listen to? Short content. a short podcast episode like this one, a short YouTube video, a scene from a program you enjoy. But here is the key. Do not just press play and listen. Listen with a goal. What is a listening goal? Before you press play, ask yourself one question. For example, what is this video about? Or, how does this person feel? Or, what are 3 things they mention? When you have a question in your mind, your brain listens completely differently. It becomes active. It is searching for the answer. And that is when real learning happens. Here is an example. You choose to listen to a 1-minute video about someone's morning routine. Before you press play, you ask, what does this person do first in the morning? You listen. You find the answer. Maybe you hear, first I wake up and drink a glass of water. You have the answer. Then, and this is important, listen one more time. This time, do not look for the answer. Just enjoy it. Try to catch more words. Feel the rhythm of the language. 2 listens, 1 question, 5 minutes. That is your listening practice done. And one more tip. If you can find the transcript, the written version of what someone is saying, use it. There is absolutely no shame in reading while you listen. In fact, it helps your brain connect the sound of the word to how it is written. And that is incredibly powerful. Okay, that is part 1. 5 minutes of focused listening. 1 question, 2 listens. Subtitles or transcript. Now part 2. And this is the part that I think surprises people most. 5 minutes of speaking alone. I can already hear you. Sophie, I said I do not have anyone to practice speaking with. That is the whole reason I am listening to this episode. I hear you. But here is the secret. You do not need another person to practice speaking. You can speak completely alone. And it works. I promise you it works. Language researchers have actually studied this, and they confirm speaking alone is one of the most effective ways to improve your fluency. Why? Because when you speak, even alone, your mouth is practicing the movement of English sounds. Your brain is practicing putting words together quickly. And your confidence grows because you are doing it, not just thinking about doing it. So how do you practice speaking alone? I have 3 methods. Let me share them now. Method 1. I call it narrate your surroundings. This is simple. Look around the room you are in right now and describe what you see, out loud, in English. For example, I am sitting in my living room. There is a window on my left. The curtains are blue. Outside, I can see the street. It is a grey morning, typical English weather. Ha! Simple sentences, short sentences. But when you say those words out loud, you are practicing real vocabulary, real grammar, colours, rooms, weather, directions. And the more you do it, the faster and more natural it becomes. Method 2. I call it the voice note method. Take your phone, open a voice note app, press record, and tell your phone about your day. 60 seconds. Just talk about what you did today, what you had for breakfast, how you are feeling, what you are planning this evening. For example, this morning I woke up quite late. I had toast and a cup of tea. Then I walked to the tube station. The train was busy as usual. Now I am at work and I am tired, but I feel good. Now, and this is the important part, play it back and listen. You do not need to correct everything. Just listen. Notice one thing you want to say more clearly next time. That awareness alone is progress. Method 3. This is my personal favourite. I call it the build and change method. You take one simple sentence. Say it out loud. Then change one word. Say it again. Then change another word. Say it again. Let me show you. Start with, I want to drink tea. Change one word. I want to drink coffee. Change another. I want to make coffee. Change again. I need to make coffee. Change again. She needs to make coffee. Change again. She needs to buy coffee. Do you see what is happening? We are building sentences. We are playing with grammar. We are doing it by speaking out loud. This trains your brain to be flexible, to change and adjust quickly when you speak in real life. Do this for 5 minutes. Set a timer and just play with sentences. Wonderful. So we have covered part 1, 5 minutes of listening, and part 2, 5 minutes of speaking. You are doing brilliantly. Stay with me because part 3 is coming, and it is going to completely change how you learn vocabulary. Part 3. 5 minutes of writing or reading. And I love this part because it is so flexible. You can do it on the bus, in bed, at your desk, anywhere. Now, I want to be very clear about something. This is not study time. This is not open your grammar textbook and do exercises time. No, this is real practical writing and reading. The kind that actually helps you use English in your daily life. Let me start with writing. Every day, I want you to write just 3 to 5 sentences in English. That is all. Not a paragraph, not an essay. Just 3 to 5 sentences about anything at all. Write about your day. Today I felt quite tired. I had a busy morning, but my tea helped. Now I feel ready for the afternoon. Write about something you noticed. I saw a beautiful old building on my walk today. It had flowers growing around the front door. It looked like something from a storybook. Write about how you feel. I feel nervous about speaking English sometimes, but I am trying every day, and I am getting better. Do you see what is happening? When you write, your brain is choosing words, building sentences, thinking in English, all at the same time, quietly, naturally, without pressure. And here is the most important tip I can give you about writing. Do not stop to look up every word. Do not wait to be perfect. Just write with what you know. Writing with confidence is more important than writing perfectly. Mistakes are not failure. Mistakes are your brain figuring something out. Every single mistake is progress. Now, if writing feels difficult right now, swap it for reading. Just 5 minutes of reading in English, but focused reading, not scrolling quickly past an English post on your phone, actually reading slowly, with attention. What should you read? For beginners, short and simple texts are perfect. There are websites called Easy English News or News in Levels. These are made especially for English learners. Simple vocabulary, short sentences, real stories about the world. Another wonderful option, read the transcript of the podcast or video you listened to in part 1. You already heard it with your ears, now read it with your eyes. Your brain sees the language twice, and that repetition is gold for learning. Now, vocabulary. Because you can practice listening, speaking, and writing every day, but if your vocabulary does not grow, you will always feel stuck. Always feeling like you know what you want to say, but you cannot find the words. So here is how I want you to handle vocabulary inside your 15-minute practice. Choose just one new word every day. One word. Not 10, not 20, one. I can hear some of you. Sophie, only one word? That is so slow. But listen to me carefully. One word that you truly understand, truly remember, and truly use is worth more than 50 words you memorized and forgot. So every day, pick one word. Learn what it means. Say it out loud 3 times. Write it in a sentence. And then, most importantly, use it in your speaking practice. Let me show you how this works. Let us say today's word is determined. Determined means you have decided firmly to do something. You will not stop. You will not give up. You are committed. Say it 3 times now. Determined, determined, determined. Write a sentence. I am determined to improve my English. Now use it when you describe your day. Today, I felt tired in the morning, but I was determined to complete my 15 minutes of English practice, and I did. Do you see what happened? That word is no longer just in your notebook. It is in your mouth. It is in your memory. And next time you need it in a real conversation, it will come out naturally. That is how vocabulary truly sticks. So now you have the full plan. Let me say it one more time clearly and simply. Part 1. 5 minutes of focused listening. Choose short content, have one listening goal. Listen twice. Use subtitles or a transcript if you can. Part 2. 5 minutes of speaking alone. Choose one method. Narrate your surroundings, the voice note method, or the build and change sentence game. Speak out loud. Do not whisper. Use your real voice. Part 3. 5 minutes of writing or reading. Write 3 to 5 simple sentences about anything, or read something short and simple. Use your listening content for reading if you can. And every single day, choose one new word. Learn it, say it, write it, use it. 5, 5, 5. 15 minutes. 1 word a day. That is your plan. Now, I want to talk about something just as important as the practice itself, your mindset. Because here is the truth. Most English learners start with a wonderful plan. Day 1, excited and motivated. Day 2, still going well. Day 3, maybe. Day 4, they skip. Day 5, they feel guilty. Day 6, they skip again. Day 7, they give up. Does this sound familiar? Please do not feel bad if this has happened to you. It happens to almost everyone. And it is not because you are lazy. It is not because you are bad at English. It is because you have not built the habit yet. A habit is something you do automatically, without deciding, like making a cup of tea in the morning. You do not wake up and think, "Should I make tea today?" You just make it because it is a habit. That is what we want English practice to become for you, a habit, something small, easy, automatic. And the secret to building a habit is this: attach it to something you already do. This is called habit stacking, and it is so effective. For example, every morning you wait for the kettle to boil. So you say, "While I wait for my kettle, I do my 5 minutes of listening." Every evening you walk home from the bus stop or the tube. So you say, "During my walk home, I practice my speaking out loud." Every lunchtime you eat alone. So you say, "While I eat my lunch, I read 5 minutes of English." Do you see? You are not adding something completely new to your day. You are simply placing English practice into moments that already exist. That is it. Small, easy, sustainable. And remember this: consistency beats intensity every time. 15 minutes every day is more powerful than 3 hours once a week. Why? Because your brain learns language through repetition over time, not through one long, stressful session. Think of it like a cup of tea. You cannot rush a good cup of tea. You put the bag in, you add the hot water, and then you wait. You let it brew, slowly, patiently. And after a few minutes, something beautiful and rich develops. Your English is exactly like that cup of tea. You cannot rush it. You cannot force it. You brew it every day. A little practice, a little patience, and slowly, quietly, something wonderful develops. Now, we are reaching the end of today's episode, and I want to leave you with one final thought. A lot of English learners wait. They wait until they feel ready. They wait until they have more time. They wait until their English is good enough to start practicing. But here is what I want you to know. You will never feel ready. Waiting does not build confidence. Doing builds confidence. Every time you open your mouth and speak English, even alone, even quietly, even with mistakes, you are becoming a better English speaker. Every single time. So today, not tomorrow, not on Monday, not when things are less busy, today, I want you to try your 15 minutes. 5 minutes of listening, 5 minutes of speaking, 5 minutes of writing or reading. You have the plan, you have the tools, and now you have absolutely no excuse. I say that with so much warmth. You can do this. I believe in you. And I will be here every single episode cheering you on. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I am Sophie from Talk English Daily. Keep practicing, keep going, and I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.